Hi everyone, I am getting ready to make a card and I thought I would just turn on the camera and let you guys watch while I do a little chitty chat with you. This is what I'm choosing to use today. I'm going to use the Apothecary Art stamp set, which is comes in 2 cases, looks like this. And I'm also using the Framelits Labels collection, which coordinates with the stamp set. And I may also use this Vine Street embossing folder. And I'm choosing to use, let's see, I think this is Strawberry Slush. Coastal Cabana and white, Whisper White cardstock. And I was just getting ready to cut my card bases, so I thought I would, or card base, and so I thought I would turn on the camera and just chit chat while I make a card. Alright, so my card base is actually going to be the Coastal Cabana. So I'm going to cut my paper in half. This is a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And so I've got my Stampin' Trimmer here, and I'm just going to cut this in half. Let's see, this is going to be cut at, let's see, where am I at? 5.5. Sorry. Had a little brain fart there as to what I was doing. I seem to be having those a lot lately, huh? So I'm just going to cut that in half, and then I'll set this piece aside. And this half is going to be our card base, so I'm going to turn it this way and line it up at 4 1/4. Right about there. And I'm going to use our scoring blade and score my card. And then you just fold it in half. Take a bone folder. Get a nice crisp crease on there. And there you have your card base. See, it just opens up right like that, or you could use it this way. Okay, next I'm going to need a piece of the Strawberry Slush, and this is going to be cut down, let's see, to 4 by 5 1/4. So there's that layering piece, and then next I'm going to need a piece of white, Whisper White paper, and this is going to be cut at, let's see, 3 3/4. By, let's see, 5 probably, even though it probably doesn't need to be that size. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna run with it. 3 1/4 by 5. So there we have all of our pieces, and let me get my trimmer moved out of the way. Okay, so next I'm gonna do some stamping, and I think I want to use the largest stamp here, this one here. Oh, sorry, you can't see that one there. And I have not used these before, so I'm going to peel off the backing. That exposes the cling, and then I'm going to put it onto a stamp block. Let's see if it fits on this one. Nope. Let's see. I have to use one of my larger ones. I'll use this round one here. Okay, right like that. Try to get it somewhat straight. Okay, so I'm just going to take, let's see, Coastal Cabana ink. Okay. I'm going to ink up my stamp. large stamp like this, I usually like to take the pad to the stamp. For me, it works better, I think. Just want to make sure I have good coverage on there. Let me just check it. Could use a little more. Looks like my ink pad's getting a little dry. I may have to re-ink it soon. Okay, let's go with that and see what happens. So I'm going to try to stamp this in the center of my Whisper White. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be exact. The more exact it is, the better it will look though. So, and I can already see it's not centered, but that's alright. We will work around that. Right? So, okay, I'm not happy with that image. As you see, I got a little halo effect because I got ink on the stamp where it should not be. And that's because of the way I was inking it up. So I'm actually just going to turn this over and use the back side for purposes of the video. Let me just clean up my stamp a little bit so I don't have that issue again. And what happened was I pressed too hard. That's the thing with Stampin' Up! Stamps. You have to get used to using them because it's not like other companies. You know, with other companies you have to press hard and, you know, do all these things. With Stampin' Up! Stamps you don't have to do that. You just have to have a pretty light touch and it stamps out perfectly. And so I'm still trying to get used to that concept there. So let me try inking my stamp one more time. You don't have to press hard on the ink pads either because they're made in a special way as well. And so it's nice, you know, that it's nice that you don't have to work as hard at getting a good image. So let's try that one more time. Just want to make sure that it gets transferred to the paper. Okay, and that looks pretty good to me. Yeah, I definitely need to re-ink that pad, but we're going to go with it. I think it looks good enough. Just cleaning my stamp off real quick so that I don't have to worry about it later. I use baby wipes to clean my stamps. They do have Stampin' Scrub that you can buy from Stampin' Up, which is also great for cleaning your stamps, and I plan on getting one very soon, but I don't have one right now. So I just use baby wipes. So let's see. Next up, let me put this stamp away. I want to stamp a sentiment in the center here. And let's see if this Happiest Birthday, let's see if that will fit. It should fit. So I'm going to try this sentiment and see how it works. I'm going to do that in Strawberry Slush. Let me just get this on a block. And I don't have the Stampin' Up! Blocks either right now, but I will be getting those at some point. I just have so many stamp blocks right now that I didn't see the need to purchase them right away, but I will be getting them. Okay, so let's get rid of this ink pad so I don't stick my fingers in it. Okay, so we have our Strawberry Slush, we have our sentiment, and this is going to be the hard part for me. I'm going to have to put my head right in there, so I'm sorry if you see my head. Let's see. There, Happiest Birthday. So there's that. I'm just going to give my stamp a quick wipe. Get it clean. So I hope your week is going well so far. It's Wednesday, hump day. I hope that you're finding some time to be creative and enjoy yourselves. Okay, so next we're going to do a little of embossing. So I'm gonna go, I'm sure everybody knows how to emboss, and if you don't, let me know and I'll do a separate video on it. But I'm gonna go in and emboss this piece of strawberry slush with the Vine Street embossing folder, and I will be right back with you. Okay, I'm back, and I have embossed my strawberry slush piece with the what is it called again? I have such a short-term memory loss. Vine Street embossing folder. Okay, and what I did also is I took the label framelit and I made a window using the framelit, and then I embossed it afterwards, and this is going to fit right over the white piece, right like that. And I may have to trim off some of the white since I didn't center. Oh no, that'll work. There. No, I'll have to trim the white a little bit, but that's how it's going to go, and then it's going to layer right on top of this card here. Right like that. So, let me trim off a little of that real quick. And the piece that that came from the strawberry slush, you could just set that aside and use that on another card because it's a, you know, still a usable piece. We're just not using it on this particular card. Okay, so let me just trim off a little of this here so that it doesn't show through the top. And that's the beauty of this card. It's so easy to correct any little mishaps or mistakes. So next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some adhesive and I'm going to just go around. This is the snail adhesive that Stampin' Up! Sells. And it would help if I opened it. I'm just going to go around the white piece. I don't want to get too close to that image because, and I probably could zoom in a little bit so you guys can see better. So I'm just putting adhesive around our image here so that we'll stick to the strawberry slush piece. That might be too close. I don't know. We will find out, won't we? So I'm going to go with that and see what happens. Okay, so take our embossed piece and just lay it over the top, line it up as best we can. As best we can. We all know Pat's not good at lining up things. Had I stamped it properly, it would have been a lot easier to line up. Boy, I'm really struggling with this one. Sorry guys, I'm trying. I am trying. No, that's, I don't know. Not really digging that too much. Having trouble here. My hand moved at the last minute. Did you see that? Alright, that looks pretty darn good, I think. So, there's that. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals. As soon as I find them. Sorry, you guys know I am never prepared for my videos, ever. So I'm just going to take some dimensionals and add it to the back of that. That's, I tend to go overboard with the dimensionals on everything I do. I can't help it. I just want to make sure that it's sturdy. So we're just going to peel off the backs here. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. My camera cut out because my memory card was full. So where I was is I was putting dimensionals on the back here. I removed the backings, and I'm just going to place it on our card base. And you just want to center that as best you can. And I say as best you can because Pat rarely gets it right. So there you go. And now you have a beautiful window card, and you could certainly add some rhinestones to this or some ribbon. I really like it the way it is, so I'll probably just leave it as is. And the inside, you could just leave it as is. This is light enough for you to write, or you can stamp a sentiment in here, or you could add a white layering piece so that you can stamp on that, however you wish to do it. I typically don't do the insides of my cards. Maybe I'll stamp a sentiment because I like to have a lot of room to write to the person I'm sending it to. So there you go, Happiest birthday card. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's so long, but I had a few little mishaps there, and I had to correct some mistakes, and you know, that happens, and I like to leave that in my videos because I am human, and I don't want you to think that I get it perfect on the first try every try. So you know, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's how you correct them that matters. And there you go. So thank you all for watching. I so appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. The link to my Stampin' Up! Site will be in the description box below, as well as links to my Facebook business page and my my new blog. Don't forget, I have a blog launch giveaway going on right now. It ends February 3rd, so if you haven't checked that out, go look for that video and see what you got to do to enter to win $50. All right, thank y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.